Which is
And
good.
I saw you posted a video of a time where you had a bad spell in the season where it came to a point where you got a call in the office saying, "Hey, we might cut you."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that was a breaking moment for you. The way you
Yeah.
expressed it, you even started crying.
Yeah.
How did you come back from that entire situation?
Yeah, that was tough. I remember I was in Turkey, and they paid a lot of money to this team, for me, for other players. And that's another thing. I got comfortable. I said, oh, it's going to be easy. I'm getting a lot of money. We got a great team. Started playing the season. Now, because I'm comfortable, I don't play as good. I'm not as focused, not playing good games. And this team is known to cut players. So my coach brought me in and said, yo, Dylan, if you do not perform, they're going to cut you. And I see my family. I see my kids having fun. So I got turned up. Something in my head switched. And I just went out the next few games. I said, I'm playing for my family. I'm not playing just basketball now. I'm playing for my family's well-being. 28, 27, 26, 30. Just back-to-back great games. And they lost this image of cutting me. But then there's that pressure to keep it up. And we deal with this pressure different ways. And there was a time in that season where I had a few bad games. So now I'm thinking, okay, are they going to cut me again? Me and my wife are going through things. And obviously the pressure of being a basketball player. Then the clip is on. I don't know if you guys could put it in. The referee calls something, and I just completely lose it. I start yelling at the refs. And everybody's looking at me like, yo, this is not the real Dylan. Why? It's a call. They lost the game. It was everything else in life that happened right in that moment. I just took that anger out. I got 2-game suspension, which it's crazy. My brother played in Turkey that time, and that second game I got suspended, I was playing against him. And it was just something where, I just learned from. I said, when you're building up this anxiety and this pressure, you got to find somebody to talk to. And then that made me find a therapist. And ever since then, I had the same therapist ever since that day.
How did you, finding a therapist, especially as a black man, not only a black man, a black Jamaican man.
Yeah,
How did you, realize that decision? How did you, what motivated you to do it in that aspect? Because for me, if I was to tell my parents, oh, I'm going to get a therapist, they'll be like, you're mad.
Yeah, I know.
You're mad. It's too late for you.
Yes.
Once you get a therapist, it's too late. It's too late. You're gone.
No, I think my mom is a great woman. She's just like me. But even her, I used to tell her back in the day, Ma, I feel, and she was like, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. But sometimes you need that professional help. I thought there was a point in Turkey that me and my wife could have not separated, but we were in a bad place because I was going through my things. She was going through her things. I knew that I wasn't going to perform in this mental space at my best. And I knew I had to get it out in some way or things were just going to continue to get worse. You could wake up and smile, but you could fake that smile. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to continue faking that smile. Yeah, I'm not saying my whole day was terrible from start to finish, but I knew it wasn't the best version of me. And, once I got that therapist, it wasn't like a secret to me. I don't know. I always say if it's helping me, I know it can help somebody else. Second I got that therapist, I was always telling people it's the best thing for you to do. And I still advocate for it now. And, telling people that, it doesn't make me feel less of a man. It doesn't make me feel weaker, which I can understand it does to other people because their mindset. They don't want to think that they need somebody else to fix their problems. I don't think that therapist fix my problems. She's just helping me get tools to get through these things. Maybe you just need to get something off your chest. Maybe you need to see it from a different light. Everybody you talk to in your circle, they're biased in a way. Your mom is biased. Your best friends are biased. Your teammates are biased. They see you in this light. A therapist only sees you for who you are. They don't think about your past. They don't think about your present. They just think about helping you. And I think it's good for everybody.
That's a beautiful way to look at it because normally I'm my therapist, which is not the best thing. But you mentioned your mom. What role did she play in your life growing up? What was your growing up situation like that created this version of you now?
I have 6 other siblings. And luckily enough, it's funny. If you look at a picture, all my siblings are mixed. All light skin. I'm the only dark skinned sibling. And this is because my older brother, he has a father. I have my father who is obviously black. And then my other father, who he's been with me since day one. I don't even call my stepdad. That's my dad. I got 2 dads, which I'm grateful for. He's white. So I was the only dark child. And, growing up, there was things people asked me if I'm adopted, this and that. And I wouldn't think about it until I got older. And it did affect me a little bit. I was the one who wanted to be loud because sometimes I'm like, okay, they don't think I fit in. Maybe if I'm good at basketball, maybe if I'm the louder child, people will be like, oh, no, don't worry about it. He's darker. But my mom always made sure that I didn't feel this. And I looked at my brothers and I still look at them. I don't see skin color with them. I know it's there. But until I got about 10 years old, I thought we were just all this same color. And I see they were lighter, but in my mind, my mom made me think like, yo, that is your brother no matter what. So I think that she always gave me that confidence to be who I was no matter what situation I was in. And I think that confidence has rolled through to my adulthood. No matter what I look like, no matter where I'm from, I know that I fit in every single room because my mom.
Wow, that's inspiring as well.
Yeah.
And growing up with these siblings, is this what inspired your competitive nature? Also, did it make you want to, as you said, be loud, be happy, Dylan? You didn't want to. Was this a situation where you didn't want to be the Dylan that's always crying, that everyone's always taken care of?
Yeah. I knew that. I don't think people treated me different because I was the dark one. I think everybody treated us the same, but I was always the happy one. I was always, all my brothers and sisters, they're not introverts, but they're not as loud as I am. And I knew that was my role in my family, to make everybody happy, to make everybody feel like everything was good. And I take it as a burden sometimes because I know I have to do it in every single setting, whether it's my team, my family, a bunch of friends. But I enjoy it, you know what I mean? And I think I did that when I was a kid. I was always the happy one. With my brothers and sisters now, I'm always the loud one and making sure that they're okay. Even from a distance, I know that I can't be a bigger brother to my younger brothers in person. So I make sure they have the best shoes. I make sure that they're comfortable, anything they need. And I think it just became a part of my personality. And I think it's the best part of me. And I don't force it, making sure everybody's happy, but I know because everybody's happy, I know I want everybody happy. I know karma brings it back to me. And I don't do it for that reason, but I know my life is the way it is because I'm pushing out positive energy.
Yeah. Is that a lot of pressure though? How do you deal with someone not being happy in your life?
Yeah, no, it is a lot of pressure. I remember I talked to my therapist last year. I had one of my best friends and I would see that, he'd be angry at times. And I always think, did I do something? Or my wife, she'd be angry. I'm like, is it me? And she had to explain to me, other people are going through their own lives. It's not, you can't put your hand in everything and make everybody happy. And I could only do a certain amount. I could help you get to that happiness, but people have to find their own happiness. So it is a pressure with my kids, with my wife, with my team. I know that if I walk into the game and I'm mad, the whole team is mad. I know if I walk into that practice and I make sure I'm happy, that practice goes better. So it is a burden, but I know that God put me in this position for a reason. I know that no matter what room I'm in, I could change the climate of the room. And it's a burden sometimes, but it's the greatest gift I have.
Okay, you mentioned your team a while ago. What's it like having to change teams constantly?
Yeah. It's tough because you move your family. You change team, you move your family. You finally get a rhythm with this team, and then, okay, it's different. But, I love it because you find new people, you make new friendships, you're able to see the world. We're able to travel around Europe, travel around Spain so much. People pay to do this thing. And I'm doing it while I'm playing basketball. I think it's the greatest gift.
Wow. Basketball, big part of your life. Was your dream to be in the NBA?
Yeah, from day one. I have a video that it's my younger me talking. My younger me, I tell my younger me, yo, we didn't make it to NBA.
I watched that video.
Yeah, a lot of people liked it.
It's a great video. It's a great video.
The younger me was like, why didn't we make it? And yeah, if I told the younger me, if I could talk to him, he would be distraught. But then once I explained to him the amazing life we have now, it made him see that wasn't the main thing in your life. And I get a little emotional talking about it. I think I was young and I thought basketball was the only thing that could represent me as a person. And I think a lot of people, they get one thing and they're like, this is the only thing that people like me for. And I think I pushed myself so much to be a basketball player, to try to get to the NBA. And once I didn't do it, I'm like, am I worth what I think I'm worth? All my sacrifices, was it worth it? But then I have this amazing life with my wife. I have my kids. I have traveling around Europe. And I realized this is the best version of me. Once I gave that NBA dream away, not that I thought I failed initially, and you don't want to fail in life. But once I said it's not a failure, God just put me on a better road. And the road I'm on now, it's way better than I could have imagined being in the NBA.
When did you come to that realization?
I think it was about my second year when I had my daughter. I realized this is what life is about being a father, about being a husband, about enjoying where you're at. I played my first year saying, okay, if I play good, I can make it back to the NBA. I wasn't even enjoying the games, being in Serbia, being in Europe. And then once I had my daughter, I just left that alone, and this weight came off my back. Like, I don't have to go back. I could just be here. And ever since then, I got better in basketball. Me and my wife got closer. I became a better father, better person. And I learned so much about myself. And it wasn't just Dylan, the basketball player. Now, people like me more for me than me playing basketball. And I think it's the best thing.
Yeah. While you were in college and going through it, you saw your brother got drafted. You didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
you had to go the G League circuit, the tryouts.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that, like mentally as an athlete? Because
Yeah.
a lot of young athletes are coming up, and they say, "I want to be the best," and we
Yeah.
know that it's a tiny percentage
Yes,
that
very
gets to
small.
do that.
Yeah.
What happens? How do they deal with that kind of rejection
Yeah.
and failure?
No, it's tough. I think I asked myself, I looked in the mirror, I said, how could me and my brother grow up in the same house? He's my best friend in the world. How does he make it to the NBA and I don't? And he even asked me, I think a few years ago, he goes, yo, Dylan, do you ever get mad? Because he knew, yo, Dylan, you were so dedicated to basketball. You loved it, breathed it. And he loved basketball, but he didn't like die for it like I did. And he made it. It's like, do you ever get mad? I said, nah, because maybe God made me this way to get you there, because he was always like, I wouldn't have made it to the NBA if you weren't my best friend in the world. You helped me with so many things. I think it was tough to see, not him make it to the NBA, think, why didn't I do it? But then after a while, you realize everybody has their own path, and it's not a failure. It's just how life is. And once you realize even the toughest things in life, you learn more from. You're not going to learn from your successes. Yeah, you might have a point, oh, I did this, maybe I could do it again, but you learn the best messages in your life from your failures. And I think all my failures, and I don't even want to call them failures, all my lessons came from me not getting to where I wanted to be, but then I learned from it and I get even further than I even thought I'd be.
Yeah. Now, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be now in life?
That's a good question. I said this to myself a few months ago. I have a great wife. I have great kids. I'm in Spain. We just bought a house. I don't know what's next for me. I'm really getting into this media space, trying to help myself transition after basketball. I hope to play another 10 years, but I know it's going to end one day. I think where I want to be is happy now and set for the future. As far as not like so structured, black and white, but know what I want to do after the game. So I'm just building little by little, so there's an easy transition after basketball.
Okay. After basketball, easy transition. I think you would be great at content creation.
This is what I love.
Your personality, it screams content creation. But one thing about living in Spain, I think we always talk about it. It's like the racial abuse that you face as well.
Yeah,
as a basketball player. Like I saw one of your stories where you listened to someone in your DM sending slurs towards you. How do you deal with that?
And you only get that after tough games. I don't get that on an everyday basis, but normally it comes after I have a bad game, we lose a big game, and then this is more the betters doing this. So you feel it most in that moment. Every day I don't get that. But it's tough to read because you're like, how could a human being really think this? And I know he doesn't know me. He doesn't hang out with me. But when you read it, you feel it. And I just try to be like, a day or two will go by. I'm like, yo, these are people who aren't happy in their lives. I can't take the opinion of somebody. You never get a bad opinion from somebody who's doing better than you. This is somebody who probably isn't happy, who doesn't have nothing better to do. So you just have to think of it that way. In the moment, you feel it, but then you just have to let it go.
Yeah. it's tough, man, because we get a few of them as well.
Yeah, really.
And we'll get 1,000 comments on a video.
And then you see that one.
That fucking
You
one.
see that one.
That
That one always gets you. I'm telling you.
They don't know their power.
They
man.
don't know their power. Yes.
That fucking
I
one
know.
comment, and you're just like, I want to reply.
Yes.
Angrily.
I
and
know.
sometimes I type the reply.
And then I do the same thing.
I was like,
I do the same thing. You want to tell them about themselves, but it's like then you give them the power. You give them. They want you to respond to it.
Yeah.
And it's tough. Yeah, we're human sometimes. Sometimes even there's like some not a lot of fans. I won't say it in Europe.
I wouldn't
mean,
call
in
them
Spain.
fans that do it. They're not fans.
They're not fans, but there's some people in the arena who will say more. It's not more in Spain. I don't get it. When I was in Turkey and Serbia, like they're yelling at you, and you're like, "Yo, I'm just playing basketball." You want to say something back, but you can't give them that power. And sometimes, yeah, you have to bite your tongue, but it's tough.
Nah, I think I'm gonna start replying.
Yeah,
bro.
start replying.
No, like seriously, like we have a video on Instagram. I don't know if you've seen this one where we're talking about like the lack of real diversity in Spain, and we had a girl on. Visible diversity. We don't really see it. It's not like we're saying it's not there, but we just don't see it represented. And it's like this video over 100,000 views, like 400 likes. This video has the most comments on it. All people saying, "Go back to Africa." Why aren't you in Africa?
Or this one, a llorar a la llorería.
You have to translate it.
Go cry at the daycare.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's tough.
I think one day I was just there going through fucking 1,000 comments, just scrolling.
Yes,
And then I was like, you know what? Reply.
Sometimes you can.
No, because sometimes I feel like we need to educate people as well, because sometimes it's a lack of education.
Yes, I
that
agree.
gets there. And I think you would be a great representative for that, especially with
sure.
your content, not because they don't understand like this kind of abuse affects us mentally.
It does.
Like I might be having the best day and just encounter a racial issue, and that just screws up my entire day, screws up my entire evening. I've been out on a date and someone just says the N-word to me.
Really?
And I'm just like, I'm gonna go home now. I'm just gonna go home.
No, it deflates you.
Yeah, it just, and they don't realize the power it has.
with you.
And maybe I shouldn't even be saying it, so they don't do it more often.
No, I feel you. I think, but you got to talk about it because you have to show people who are also dealing with it, like it's not just you that deal with it. Well, I did a video about anxiety with athletes, and so many guys were like, yo, I deal with this too. And they don't think, they see my Instagram, they see me play basketball. They don't think I deal with this. I just seen Steph Curry speak about it the other day. I'm like, yo, Steph Curry, you think his world is perfect. He deals with it. So when you speak on it, it allows other people to hear it and be like, okay, it's not just me. And then once that spreads, there's more education, more knowledge about it. So, I think you should speak about it more. Yeah, there might be people who are idiots and try to push you more and more comments. But then that one or two kids that look at you and be like, yo, he deals with it. He's sticking up for himself. It helps them.
Yeah. And social media on a whole, how does it affect your entire mental well-being?
For me, I think it's good for me because it's most of the stuff I post is positive. I'm able to influence people, motivate people. I use it as that tool. But at the same time, looking at certain things, you play a bad game and then they're posting, oh, they lost. Why they lose? Dylan's not playing good. It affects you. They say don't look at it, but we're human. We want to see what people are saying. I don't know if this is the best tool for people, but for me, if I play a bad game and I sit there for an hour after the game and I go on social media and I want to see all the bad comments because I flush it out. Because in the moment, if I wait a day or two and I'm seeing it, okay, now it's bring me down for a day, bring me down for 3 days. I just like to go straight ahead, see all the bad comments, say, yep, I ain't shit. I suck. Okay. And then I get it all out. And then I know, okay, I just got everything out. I'm free now. I wake up the next day. And obviously you think about it a little bit, but I got it out of my system.
All right, man. Well, is that a tool that your therapist shared with you? Or
No, this tool I did because I remember when I didn't have kids, the kids helped me because you wake up, you have to be father now. You can't think of it. But when they weren't there, I would be not distraught, like I don't want to get out of bed, but it wasn't me for like 3-4 days because I'm thinking about the game until the next game. So I said, okay, I know I need to feel this. So Dylan, just the night after the game, the night of the game, just read it all and feel bad in that moment before the kids wake up. They're sleeping because our games are late. Feel it, get it out, and then the next day you could be back to you.
But someone's not sleeping when you get home, though.
Oh, no, I don't go to sleep.
No,
till
I'm
like
saying
4.
someone's not sleeping. Your wife, normally, she'll probably be up, right? How
Yeah,
does she
normally
deal with that?
she lets me vent it out, and she's a basketball player, so she knows, what I'm feeling, what I go through, how the game went. So I'm able to talk to her. Then she goes up to sleep, and then people don't know athletes don't sleep after games because your adrenaline is still rushing. Whether you have a good game, you're like, yo, let me look at my highlights. Yeah, I'm good. Or a bad game, and you're thinking, how did I do better? Why did I play like this? More, if you ask if you play your games done around 11 o'clock, you don't go to sleep about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're thinking about it. So I'm just downstairs by myself, just reading comments or just thinking about things. And, once I get those hours out the door, I go upstairs, go to sleep, and I'm good. Yeah.
What are some of the other tools that your therapist taught you how to deal with this anxiety, slight depression?
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
Yeah. I have experience. I experienced it all. People are like, yo, you smile all the time. There's no way. No, I've experienced it all. I think the best thing, this is more of a sports thing, but you could use it as a parent or anything. She said, Dylan, what you say in your head when you're in these positions, is it positive or negative? I say, it depends. If I'm in a situation, maybe it's sometimes negative. Like, you're Dylan, you got to make that shot. What are you doing? Sometimes it's positive. I build myself up. She goes, how you speak to yourself, would you speak like that to your son if he was in this position? And I said, no, I would give him positive feedback all the time. So I'll be in games sometimes and I'll miss free throws. And I'm like, fuck, if I go to the line again, I might miss a free throw. Or, dang, if I miss this shot, we lose the game. In my head, I'm actually talking to my son. Yo, Chance, you got this. Chance, you're okay. After games, if I play a bad game, yo, Chance, don't worry about it. You got another game. And I'm speaking to him, but I'm speaking to the younger me, actually. She said, Dylan, you have a younger Dylan in yourself that you're trying to make proud. Make sure you're speaking to him like you would speak to your son. And I think that changed my whole view on life.
From what I'm seeing, it's like there are 2 Dylans right now.
Yes.
Well, not even 2, but I can separate pre-children Dylan
Yes.
and then Dylan after children.
I'm telling you, I have a quote on my leg, a tattoo. It said, we think that, I'm paraphrasing, we thinking that we are teaching our kids, but our kids are actually teaching us way more than we could ever teach them. They've changed my life completely.
Wow. I think we're going to sub out. Tony, you have some questions? 15 minutes sub out, and Tony will ask a few questions.
Yeah.
Man, it's been good, bro. You have taught me a lot because all my friends says, Devin, you need therapy. Like, I don't have a friend. I don't have any, probably only Tony, because he understands he understands.
I understand you so well.
Like, Jamaicans, we process
Way different.
And
Yeah.
it's firstly admitting a weakness, as you said,
Exactly, which is tough.
which is big. Facing your family,
Yes.
which is tough to admit. Facing your friends, which
Yeah.
is also tough to admit,
Yes.
because we project this image of ourselves, and we have this image of ourselves that we feel that we need to keep up all the time.
Yes.
Like you do with
Yeah,
having
it's
to
a
be
character.
happy all the time.
Yeah.
Like, that mask is on all the time.
All the time.
And for me to say, hey, I need a therapist as well, and agree to it, I'm shattering that entire perception of strength.
so?
My friends come to me when they have problems.
Yeah.
They
But
come
then-
to me for solutions.
But then who do you get to go to? And what is that?
Man in the mirror, and it's not MJ.
Let me ask you last question. I got a question for you.
No, you can ask me anything,
Yes.
bro.
What do you think, is there any negative for you? What is the worst that happens if you talk to a therapist? The worst.
The
in your
therapist,
mind?
I think it's a lack of trust, man. I feel if I reveal things to someone, that stays with them. And I feel people change with time as well. I've given you a part of me that I can never get back, and I'm
correct.
trusting you with that part of me.
Do you think that talking to somebody who you may never see, my therapist lives in London.
Okay.
I would never see her in my life. So this idea of I get to, you could even think of that person as a fake person because I'll never see that piece that you give her. she won't share that with anybody that you know. Legally, she can't either. Sometimes maybe this hard rock that you have on your chest, you're able to give it to somebody. And I know it's hard to give that to somebody, but you can't knock it till you try it.
Nah, bro. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Many a times. And then I'm like, even when I'm in relationships with people, the things that I share are things that I feel comfortable sharing, that if you tell other people,
then
I'm
you're
okay with. So you'll never get the 100% of me.
100%, yeah.
And I don't feel like I can trust anyone in this world to give them that part of me.
I understand that. Do you think that blocks you from any blessings?
I think it blocks me from a lot of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And at times then I justify that lack of vulnerability to be like, you're doing the right thing. So I talk myself back into not
doing it.
Yeah, which is, the more I grow and the more I learn, I'm realizing like, you don't really need to do that.
Yeah.
People, because I do believe people are inherently good.
Yeah.
But I do believe that people change as well.
They do.
And the way they change, you could have, let's say you could have someone in your life for 25 years. And then boom, something happens.
Yeah.
This person becomes your biggest op.
Yeah. It's true.
And you're like, whoa.
What happened?
Who's this person now? And that's a big fear of mine.
Yeah.
Like, Toniel is one of my best friends here. And there's things I don't share. I don't want that to change.
Of course.
And there are things that I will never share with him.
Yeah.
And I share a lot of things with him that I don't share with other people.
But a therapist doesn't have to be your friend. It could be your tool.
But that's the next thing. This person is a stranger. You see.
This what goes through your head.
Yeah. Like, I'm overthinking it. Yeah. And I think me even being this expressive and vulnerable about it is me trying to put it out there. So people to get there. People that do all this stuff, they play all these games in their minds to not do it. So anyone watching, don't follow me.
But you're honest. I feel like he's honest. I know a lot of people that my best friends, even my wife sometimes, I always say, hey, try therapy. And I understand it's not for everybody. People think of it different. But as long as you're thinking about it, maybe you're taking little steps forward, and maybe there's a time in your life you decide to do it. But just know you always at least have a person where don't let that stuff build up inside of you. Have that person you could, even if it's your friends, at least you can release some of it. Don't hold all of it. You need to release some of it.
I think my burdens make me better as well. You see,
this is true. People say, I hate stress. I read a passage. I like stress. I don't know why. I fell in love with stress, and not a stress like, oh my God, life is too much. But I know when I'm on my toes, I'm the best version of myself. I find solutions. My mind works different. If we're down 3 with 2 minutes left, I know I'm the guy to give the ball to. Now, if we're up 20, I'm not going to play the same because we're up. Easy.
Too comfortable.
You see, but this is life as well. So, I like that one. The burdens make me better.
Yeah, but Tony,